Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. We have already started here.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Well, it's ended up in no man's land. And it's Valverde. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Bellingham. Valverde, look at the straight chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Roberto Carlos. Neither side yet able to find the net. Nuno Mendes. Ruben Dias. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Valverde in acres of space out wide. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
They've played it short. Played into them, he gets big! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Over to the left.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Xabi Alonso. Casemiro.
Rummenigge really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, what a ball! James. And it's Bellingham. Valverde. Casemiro. Ruben Dias gets over and intercepts. Bellingham. Casemiro, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Casemiro, it's Kimmich, Koundé, and it's Kimmich. Played to Casemiro. Messi, and this is Neymar. Nicked it back promptly. Koundé, Casemiro, Neymar. Here's a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Well, not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. He's a sharp little ball here. Now it's Kimmich. Picked out brilliantly. And the shot! That is decidedly lacking.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Ruben Dias. And it's Van Dijk. Chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
He's found a way through. Kimmich's cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Now that's well seen too.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Slung out wide. Now this could be a chance. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And the first 45 minutes are up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And the game has already resumed here.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Looking to play him in. Great ball, and he's in here. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Messi. Rummenigge. That has been slung wide. Now it's Messi. And he's forced to go back. Roberto Carlos. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. James. Great vision. And here's Vinicius Junior. And he's had a hit. Oh, bang on target. Roberto Carlos. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. And Casemiro. And it's Messi.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. Just about up to the hour now. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Knocks it into space. Valverde. Nicely weighted ball. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Valverde with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick.
Substitution.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Yildiz. Solot. That's a nicely shaped ball. Well seen, saw that coming. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Neymar. It's not an especially good pass, that. Koundé carries the ball down the right. Nicely shaped ball. Kimmich receives it in a wide position. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And it's been taken short. Chance!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Casemiro. Koundé making good progress on the right-hand side. And it's Casemiro, driving on and making good progress.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
Manchester United can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. DiMarco. Yildiz. Well, that pass isn't the best.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Now, can he find a finish? Tries a shot! Yes, he's done it! And that might well be that! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Manchester United take what looks to be a decisive lead. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Manchester United have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix.
Against Arsenal.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Timber. And it's Tonali. Played back in. Cantona. And now the breakaway. Bale. Neither of these two want to come off second best. In towards the back stick. And he gets rid in a hurry. Nicked it back promptly. And he's decided to go for it. Quick look, then plays it in. Chance for a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. De Bruyne.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Makaleli. And this is Drogba. Drogba running with the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now, takes a shot. Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Now this could be a chance. Now it's crossed into the middle. Cleared away. It is a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Wriggles his way through. Has a shot! A whisker high.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. So it is still 0-0. Now it's De Bruyne. White just loves to go forward whenever he can. Dunk. And it's Van Nistelrooy. And that has left him in a heap.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
White. And they're quick to press. Ruben Dias. De Bruyne. Crunching tackle. Dunk with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And it's De Bruyne. De Bruyne. And here's Van Nistelrooy. O'Shea proves too strong, too smart. Now, can they get him away? That is ended up in no man's land. Looks to the other side.
Good switch, that.
De Bruyne. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. And they're on him in a flash. Well, the ball's gone astray. Nice physical challenge. Oh, they can break here. Tries to play it through. Not the most accurate pass. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Forwards and with intent. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy! Superb goal!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking now. Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Header! Really well taken goal. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And the first half is done. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Manchester United clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Manchester United ahead 2-0, and they are looking good.
Substitutions taking place.
That gets things going for the second half. Oh, that's a key interception. Van Nistelrooy is herring after that one. Goes for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Šeško clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Tonali. Looking for options for movement. Gets into some space. That is good strength. So what can they make of this? Saka. Looking to play him in. Fired deep towards the back post. Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Arsenal have their second corner now. Climbs up big! No, not the best of headers.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Van Nistelrooy. Timber. And this is Van Nistelrooy. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Goes down, but nothing given. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Bale going face-to-face with his great rival. Adams.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Oh, a delicate chip through. Look at the space here! Great defending, strong and determined. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Stood up well to him there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
That's a shade optimistic. That's really well manoeuvred. Van Nistelrooy is onto it in a flash. And here's Cantona. Cantona. And it's Makalele. It's Saka. Bale. White. Can he spark a counter here? Ruben Dias. Tonali. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Saka. Bale. Bale's cross. Big header! Oh, should have put that away.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
And he's on a charge, and he's whipped. Terrific header! Saliba. Bale bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And he's intervened well there. Manchester United can consider themselves just about safe now. Oh, Red, nice interception. Last chance, perhaps. Bale. Now is this the final assault? Bale. It's a mighty effort! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
And a quick reminder today that parking in the area around the stadium is strictly forbidden. Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid parking facilities in the area.